Today we'll be working in my workbook called From the High of Mount Sinai to the Low of Kadesh Barnea, and it covers Numbers chapters 10 through 14. Looking at the table of contents, we have completed all through chapter 7, correct? Yeah,
Yes.
through chapter 7. And basically, this is all in preparation of to go into the promised land. So we have the creation of the silver trumpets, um, and they start to leave Mount Sinai, and they have troubles along the way and disputes and arguing and stuff. And then they get to Kadesh Barnea, and then they're preparing to enter the promised land. They're preparing to send the spies into the promised land to see just how great this promised land is. So now we get to chapter 8. Maybe. Okay. 12 spies enter into Canaan, Numbers 13:21 to 33.
Okay. So they went up and explored the land from the desert of Zin as far as Rehob toward Lebo Hamath. They went up through the Negev and came to Hebron, where Ahaman, Shisha, and Ptolemy, the descendants of Anak, lived. Hebron had been built 7 years before his own in Egypt.
So map and work and questions. The Negev is in the desert of Zin. Write the desert of Zin there. So you see the Negev. It's called the desert of Zin. Okay, Rehob is Beth Rehob. Circle that. So Beth Rehob would be, where is Rehob?
Way up
Yeah,
on
it's
top.
right about up here. So yeah, so circle that. Lemo Hamath means the entrance of Hamath, and that is at the base of Mount Hermon. Extend the line to Mount Hermon. So we're going to extend the line to Mount Hermon. Hmm. Hmm. Find Hebron and circle it. It's got to be down in here. Hebron. Okay. I see it.
Yeah, right there.
Boop, boop. Hmm. Who lived in Hebron?
Aim, Ahaman, Shisha, and Talamari. Mai.
Right. Right. And that's also where Abraham and stuff lived too.
Oh.
Yeah. Who is Anak and what is that important? Next page. Who is Anak? Anak is an ancestor of a race of giants known as the Anakim or Anakites, who inhabited the land of Canaan. Anak was the son of Arba, who is described as the greatest man among the Anakim and the founder of Hebron. In description, the spies who return will compare them to Nephilim of Genesis, although we know the Nephilim were wiped out. The Anakites will be conquered by Caleb later. So go ahead and read the scripture there.
Okay, Numbers 13:13. We saw the Nephilim there, the descendants of Anak, come from the Nephilim, who seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them.
So they're not really the descendants of Nephilim, even though that's what they said, because Nephilim were destroyed, but they're descendants of giants. Nephilim
Wow.
means giants. So it's
Yeah.
it's an easy misinterpretation sometimes. They were said to also they were said to be also considered Rephaites. Go ahead and read that.
Deuteronomy 2:10-11, the Emites used to live there, a people strong and numerous and as tall as the Anakites, like the Anakites. They too were considered Rebahites, but the Moabites called them Emites.
Right.
Probably just mites.
I know.
Mites,
Which
mites,
puts
mites.
their ancestors there during the time of Abraham.
Uh, Genesis 14:5 and 13. In the 14th year,
Kedorlaomer.
Kedorlaomer and the kings allied with him went out and defeated the Rebahites and Ashtaroth, Carnami, and Buzites in Ham, the Emites in Shavin, Kurathim.
Yeah.
A man who had escaped came and reported this to Abram the Hebrew.
We do have one example of their size.
Deuteronomy 3:11. Og, king of Bashan, was the last of the Rehabites. His bed was decorated with iron and was more than 9 cubits long, which is 13.5 feet, and 4 cubits wide, which is 6 feet. It is still in Rabbah of the Amorite.
Right. Though a direct line in the Bible is not shown, since they're considered Canaanite, then they descend from Canaan, son of Ham, son of Noah.
When they reached the valley of Eshcol, they cut off a branch bearing a single cluster of grapes. 2 of them carried it on a pole between them, along with some pomegranates and figs. That place was called the Valley of Eshcol. Because of the clusters of grapes, the Israelites cut off there. At the end of 40 days, they returned from exploring the land. That's a beautiful picture. Beautiful picture.
Where did they get the cluster of grapes?
The Valley of Eshcol.
The Valley of Eshcol is a biblical location north of Hebron on the West Bank. It is well known as a good place to grow grapes. The branch of the grapes was so large that what did they have to do?
2 of them carried it on a pole.
Right. What other fruit did they bring back with them?
Pomegranate and figs.
How long did they take to explore the land?
40 days.
More than likely, the 12 spies traveled in different directions instead of in one group, although it reads like they were all together. The number 40 in the Bible signifies a period of testing, trial, probation, or purification, often marking a significant transition. Moses' flood lasted 40 days and nights. Moses remained on Mount Sinai for 40 days. Jesus fasted for 40 days in the wilderness before his ministry, as an example.
Wow. They came back to Moses and Aaron and the whole Israelite community at Kadesh in the desert of Paran. There they reported to them and to the whole assembly and showed them the fruit of the land. They gave Moses this account. We went into the land to which you sent us, and it does flow with milk and honey. Here is its fruit.
So where was the rest of the Israelite community?
Kadesh in the desert of Paran.
Right, Kadesh Barnea to be absolutely specific. What did they report to the whole assembly?
All they saw.
What did they show them?
Fruit of the land, grapes and pomegranate.
Right. Wait, who did they say sent them to spy on the land?
Moses.
Yeah. Who actually sent them according to Numbers 13:1?
The Lord.
Did they confirm that the land flows with milk and honey?
Yes.
Reminder, God not only promised Moses that it was the land of milk and honey, but it was the land meant for the Israelites and he would take them there. So, and that Exodus shows that they would be, that's land of milk and honey and God would take them there.
But the people who live there are powerful and the cities are fortified and very large. We even saw descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites live in the
Negev.
Negev.
The Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites
live in the hill country, and the Canaanites live near the sea and along the Jordan.
So what is the problem shown in verse 28?
People are powerful and the cities are fortified, descendants of Anak there.
Right. And circle the Amalekites, which the Amalekites. There, right there. Circle the Amalekites. Circle the Hittites right here near Hebron. Circle the Jebusites, which is right above near where Jerusalem will be. Circle the Amorites, which is both here and over here. There are places for the Amorites. Canaanites is a general term. What additional Canaanites are in the area? We have the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Girgasites, basically, are in the area too.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Philistia, yeah. So
Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." But the men who had gone up with him said, "We can't attack these people. They are stronger than we are."
who silenced the people?
Caleb.
From Numbers 13:6, what tribe does he represent?
Judah.
What was Caleb's belief?
We should go up and take possession of the land.
What was the rest of the spies' belief?
We can't attack these people. They are stronger than we are.
We will learn later that it was 10 spies that didn't want to attack. There was another spy who agreed with Caleb, and that was Joshua. The people of the land of Canaan may look stronger, but who did the Israelites have on their side?
God.
Yeah. Before we find fault with them, would we not be the same when faced with an impossible task? Here are some scriptures to help you when you face something that seems impossible, but you feel God is having you go through it. Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I'm with you. Do not be dismayed, for I'm your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom should I be afraid?
That's so true. So true. And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. They said, "The land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nibhilim there, the descendants of Anak, who come from the Nibhilim, who we seem like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them."
Who spread the bad report of the exploration among the Israelites?
Wait. Okay, 10 spies. I'm looking at the
Right.
wrong page, sorry.
What did they say first?
The land we explored devours those living in it.
Right. Instead of the land devouring those living in it, the land is fertile. The crops are abundant, land of milk and honey. There is a multitude of people living in the land. What is our next exaggeration?
All the people we saw are of great size.
Yes, the Anak, which were part of the Rephanites, were large, but not all the people they saw. In their exaggeration, who did they say they saw there?
Nephilim?
Yeah, they did see the Anak, but they're not related to the Nephilim as far as the giants listed in Genesis. The word Nephilim means giant, so these giants became the Nephilims. Lastly, they say in comparison, they are like
Grasshoppers.
to the Anak. Not quite true. Anak was estimated to be 7 to 8 foot 6, so they may be 2 or 3 feet taller only. When Moses retells it,
Deuteronomy 1:23-32. The idea seemed good to me, so I selected 12 of you, one man from each tribe. They left and went up into the hill country and came to the valley of Eshcol and explored it, taking with them some of the fruit of the land. They brought it down to us and reported, but it is a good land that the Lord our God is giving us, but you were unwilling to go up. You rebelled against the command of the Lord your God. You grumbled in your tents and said, "The Lord hates us, so he brought us out here. He brought us out of Egypt to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites to destroy us. Where can we go? Our brothers have made our hearts melt in fear. They say the people are stronger and taller than we are. The cities are large, with walls up to the sky. We even saw the Anakites there. And then I said to you, do not be terrified. Do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God, who is going before you, will fight for you as he did for you in Egypt, before your very eyes and in the wilderness. There you saw how the Lord your God carried you as a father carries his son all the way you went until you reached this place.
Right. In this scripture, what did we learn about the cities?
The cities are large with walls up to the sky.
Right. In his retelling, Moses tells the Israelites, so go ahead and fill those four.
Okay, do not be terrified. Do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God, who is going before you, will fight for you, as he did for you in Egypt before your very eyes and in the wilderness. You saw how the Lord your God carried you as a father carries his son, all the way you went until you reached this place.
Right. So that's how Moses retells it, which is similar, but not, it gives us a little information that we didn't have too. Okay, so we come to the first crossword. How many days did they spy out the land?
40.
Number 4, they got the branch of grapes from the valley of
Eshcol.
8. The spies said they seemed like
Grasshoppers.
to the Anakites. The Anakites are most likely descended from what son of Ham?
Canaan.
The rest of the Israelites waited for the spies at
Kadesh.
Marnea. Yes, one down. What area is in the desert of Zin?
Negev.
Negev. Yeah, Negev. 3, the spies travel as far as Beth.
Rehob.
5, what town does the descendants of Anak live?
Hebron.
6, some of the other Canaanite tribes mentioned are the Hittites, the Jebusites, and the
Amorite.
The spies compared Anak to the
Niplim.
right. And 9, who silenced the 10 spies of their negative report?
Caleb.
Yeah. So that's the end of that chapter. And hang on here.